The story begins in a classroom, where one student can be seen catching the thrown egg rolls he had for lunch with his mouth. He is Rokudo Tosuke, a first-year high school who hates delinquents. After he catches the egg rolls with his mouth, laughter can be heard from those who made him do it. His bully classmates were one girl and two boys. One of the men is Haruya Inuma, a high school delinquent student. MC asked them to stop, but they continued to bully him. Inuma threw the sausage from MC's packed lunch and immediately tried to catch it again, but this time he didn't catch it. After the sausage fell, the bully's laughter followed. MC scooped up the fallen sausage and returned to his seat with his friends, where they were eating. At the same time, Inuma said that they are done with MC now. Even though that happened, the MC is still grateful because he has friends. The first one is Hinamoto Masaru, whom they call Colonel. This time, with a slight smile, Masaru gave him some meatballs. The second one is Kajima Koda, whom they call Chief. At that moment, Koda said that he could have his ham. Because of what his friends did, MC gave a smile of thanks. After a few moments, their attention turned to Tsubaki's thighs. She was the only girl among MC's bullies earlier and a high school delinquent student. When Tsubaki felt someone was staring at her, she immediately looked in that direction and didn't make a mistake. When she caught MC's group looking at her thigh, she shouted angrily at them. Inuma asked Tsubaki what the problem was. Here Tsubaki says that MC's group is gagging at her thigh. Inuma immediately threatened them while staring seriously and evilly at them. After class, Masaru suggested going to MC's house. When they were at MC's house, MC was shocked to see a package. He said this package was from his grandfather, who had passed away. When they opened it, a scroll and a letter were revealed. According to the letter, MC might be in danger. Sure, it will help him. They didn't know how to make it work, but after a few moments, the scroll suddenly lit up while he was holding it. At the same time as it became clear, he had a mark on his forehead with a violet star surrounded by a circle. The MC has no idea what kind of power has been granted to him, but according to him, he thinks it is strong. The next morning while walking to school, he met some delinquents. They are harassing him and demanding his money. MC spoke and said he was the heir of the Onmyoji powers, but the man didn't pay attention and suddenly hit him with such force that immediately caused him to fall. The two delinquent men immediately approached him, but after a while, the bad girl with them told them to stop what they were doing. The MC is surprised because of what happened. Even at school, it was also very surprising because when Inuma tried to bully MC, Tsubaki suddenly stopped them. In the comfort room again, the three can be found inside a cubicle. Here they are talking about the weird thing happening. According to MC, the women are helping him, but the two companions immediately disagree with MC. A few moments later, Tsubaki entered the comfort room, and she spoke in front of the cubicle where MC was. He apologized to MC. During their walk home, it was here that MC and his friends proved that the spell of Onmyoji makes bad girls fall for him. At this time, MC and a strong bad girl also met. At their meeting, the spell worked. The next day, MC can be seen being nervous because she is already in his class. Here, Tsunomayama Takaru, a bully with Inuma, harassed the girl. He insisted that she introduce herself to him, but she didn't budge. But when MC called it because Takaru ordered him to tell the girl to introduce herself, they winced, and the girl's mood suddenly shifted to cute vibes. Here she introduced herself to MC as Hamori Ran-na. Takaru seemed to become invisible at that moment, so he punched MC. Ran-na didn't like this and hit Takaru on the head with the desk. Because of this, Takaru was taken to the hospital. Meanwhile, our MC can be seen running because he can't handle what's happening and is planning to transfer schools. But his friend is pursuing him and disagrees with what he wants to do. When his friends catch up and talk to him, his thoughts suddenly change, and he realizes that the monster he says is Ran-na is also a woman. In the cubicle, the three can be seen talking again. MC is troubled because he can't figure out how to protect the scary girl, Ran-na. But according to the Colonel, they should look on the positive side. Ran-na is now on their side, and it could be the key to them achieving the high school life they dream of. When they leave the comfort room, Inuma and Takaru can be seen. He confronts MC about why the girls are on his side. Before leaving, he threatens MC. His friends say that he should seek Ran-na's help. But when he saw Ran-na all scared and beaten up, he stopped asking for her help, because according to Ran-na, she didn't fight. After all, she was keeping her promise to MC. He saw Ran-na doing that as manly, so he was encouraged. This time, he will be the man. MC is now on the school's rooftop. He stood by his words. Behind him are his two friends, and in front of him are Inuma and Tsubaki. Will our MC be able to defeat the bully Inuma this time? MC's courage suddenly vanished. Here he can be seen standing while shaking with fear. Inuma said he didn't expect that MC would have the guts to call him out. At that moment, MC hesitated to rush. Because of this, Inuma rushed. But before Inuma could hit him, MC punched him. But it was very weak, so it was as if Inuma had just been patted. A few moments later, Inuma said he would teach MC something after saying he punched MC very hard. After doing it, he said, "That is the real blow." The MC's whole body was stiffened. He said to himself that it was the first time he had just received this blow. This time, MC realized that Inuma was serious. Tsubaki tried to wean off Inuma, but Inuma only silenced her. At the same time, MC's two friends said they would help him, but Inuma kept them quiet. As a scene flashes back in Inuma's memory, while it is raining, he is on the floor. His two companions point at him while laughing and say he is scared, and he rolls up into a ball. MC's heart gradually revived in those moments, and he had the strength to speak. Here he shouted that it was not right and even called Inuma a punk ass and a piece of shit. Everyone was surprised to hear it. Inuma's ear was pricked this time, and he was about to punch the MC again, but it suddenly stopped. At that moment, he felt like he was sinking. Here he saw Ran-Na furious. The chief and colonel informed Ran-Na what was happening, which is why she was here. At that time, Ran-Na's restraint was obvious. Inuma rained punches on MC, but Ran-Na kept holding back. Despite the rain of punches, MC remained standing. It can be seen that the people around here can no longer handle what is happening. In Inuma's mind, he says he does not want to continue the attack, but the MC is not falling. At the same moment, MC remembered what Ran-Na had said about fulfilling her promise to MC. At that time, MC didn't want to say the words he needed to make Ran-Na move, but after everything that happened, he suddenly said the word help. Ran-Na bolted to Inuma upon hearing this. Inuma recalled being bullied because he was afraid of thunder at the time. At the same time, Ran-Na delivered a powerful blow to Inuma's face, causing him to be thrown to the ground. Rain began to fall at the same time Inuma did. The sadness in MC's voice can be heard outside the school as they say their goodbyes. Meanwhile, Inuma is confined to the hospital bed. For Inuma, he was defeated because MC was the last man standing. At that moment, he realized and said with a genuine smile that MC was not so weak after all. As the rain falls heavily, MC can be seen walking slowly. Inuma was taken to the hospital, but he lost the battle. Tears streamed down his cheeks as he knelt on the floor and screamed. The next morning when MC comes out of their classroom, it can be seen that the bad girls are gathering around him. When MC got out of the school gate, Inuma was seen waiting on the side. Here he asked MC to come with him. At the top of the rooftop, a man can be seen watching MC. Meanwhile, Ran-Na is currently looking for an MC. Inuma and MC are currently at the ramen house. They are approached by a delinquent group of men who bows and greet Inuma because he is higher than them. MC feels nervous, but it can be seen in his eyes that he is enjoying the moment. Sometime later, they said goodbye to each other. Here, Inuma mentioned that he is friends with MC, which surprised him. But before Inuma left, he said that the top dog of their school was after him. At that moment, MC was so shocked that he fell to his knees on the floor. A few moments later, a delinquent man with a bad girl came here. He says that his boss, Osanada, is calling MC, and whether he likes it or not, he will join them. This time, Inuma approached them, and here he said that if he'd stand up to Osanada, he'd get his back. Here, MC took a stand and said that he would not run. A few moments later, Ran-Na also arrived. Inuma was not the only MC's ally here, so the man couldn't get him. The man threatened MC and said that Osanada would wipe the floor with him, but MC immediately answered this and said that no matter how scary Osanada was, he would not run. But he stopped and was surprised when Inuma suddenly said that Osanada was a woman. The next morning, a small child can be seen inside their classroom. This is Osanada. Here she confronts MC. MC thought the spell would be removed, but it was not removed because she was still young and unaware of romantic feelings. In the middle of the conversation, Osanada punched MC, but surprisingly she was not hit. Because of this, Osanada decided to talk with MC. She took her by the hand and they walked to her room. MC was surprised because she had her own room inside their school. Inside you can see cute stuff, and the owner of that room knows very well that she is a child. Here, she and Osanada will talk. During their conversation, MC realizes that he may be Osanada's first love. She is protected by a spell but is not yet aware of it. Here, he does not want Osanada to repeat what he experienced with his first love. According to him, first love should be a once-in-a-lifetime feeling, so he will do everything to stop it. He plans to turn Amori-Hai's top dog, Osanada, into a good girl. During their conversation in Osanada's room, MC discovered he would enter the same school again in his class year and section. According to her, Kurokata, who is always with her, told her they would drop out of school and raise more hell. She added that screw that because she is thinking about going to school every day because she thinks it will be fun with MC. At that time, MC had a plan. This time, he will make Osanada realize that school is more fun than being a hellraiser. He will create a peaceful and more enjoyable high school life with this. The next morning, the whole class talks about what will be the subject of their oral class report. MC saw this as an opportunity and boldly mentioned his suggestion. His suggestion is to observe plant life. Osanada raised her hand and said she was voting for MC's idea. Because of this, all her classmates also raised their hands. Their whole class can be seen in the garden. They are busy. Colonel and Chief approached MC, and they said that everything was going well. Everything just went smoothly for them. But Kurokata didn't like what was happening. Because of this, it seems that his plan with Osanada to join the Onishima Union will not be fulfilled. So he had an evil plan. Before leaving the classroom, Osanada apologized to MC because she'd been chasing him lately. According to her, maybe MC had charm. She also added that she was happy that they became friends. After saying that, she immediately said goodbye and went out. Osanada happily walks towards the flower bed. In front of the flowers, she sees her male classmates staring in front of the flower bed. Because of this, she approaches them with a smile, but she let go of the umbrella she held when she saw the broken plants. Suddenly, Kurokata entered the scene and uttered words to make Osanada's heart even heavier. On the other side, MC can be seen happily walking his way to Osanada's place. He will also visit the flower bed and give Osanada an umbrella in case she doesn't have one. But he was surprised by what he saw. At the same time as the heavy rain fell, his classmates could be seen lying on the floor. The only ones left standing were Osanada and Kurokata. MC immediately approached Kurokata and asked if she was okay. As he approached, he was startled by the destroyed flowers. Osanada said coldly that their classmates lying down were to blame. Here, MC asked Osanada if she was responsible for why they were lying down. MC insists that Osanada cannot do such a thing because she has changed. Kurokawa immediately intervened and said that Osanada was a monster. At that moment, everything changed. MC thought it would be a smooth path to Osanada's reformation, but he was wrong. At the same time, Osanada realized that MC was his first love. Kurokata and Osanada were seen standing in front of many delinquents. One of them announced that they would join their group Onishima Union. Here the objectors came out individually, and they seemed to doubt Osanada because of his physical appearance. Osanada then demonstrates her full power. In Kurokata's mind, because of Osanada's strength, it will be easy for him to go to the top. As the rain continues to fall, MC can be seen sitting on the floor in front of the flower bed. He's very down because of what happened. Next to him, Ron-na can also be seen silently accompanying him under the rain. At that moment, MC asked Ron-na for a favor, which according to him, was a very selfish favor. He asked her for help to save Osanada, and he also asked her to promise him that she would not be hurt. After hearing MC's litany, Ron-na immediately agreed. Kurokata and Osanada are currently being made to wear the ring to remind them that they are already part of the Onishima Union group, and withdrawing from this group is associated with cutting off their fingers. When Osanada was about to put on the ring, the door suddenly spat at MC. In front of the delinquent men, he boldly introduced himself. Here he reads his report about the flowers. At the same time as the words came out of his mouth, the group members started moving towards him one after the other. But even before he was hit, Ron-na immediately blocked their attacks. Here he was protected by Ron-na. It can be seen that Osanada could not believe what was happening. There came a time when Ron-na could no longer protect him because he was confronted by a group member. Here, Kurokata rain blows on him. At that time, Osanada will be seen as worried about MC. MC was finally able to say everything he wanted to say to Osanada. When Kurokata tried to hit MC with an iron, Osanada immediately blocked it. She just scratched her head that was hit and faced Kurokata with a smile and said that she wanted to continue in school. This time the other members of the group arrived. Colonel, Chief, and Inuma also came to help, but the members of the group immediately recovered. With Osanada turning away, Kurokata also accepted what was happening. He did not know how far he would go without Osanada's help, and in the end, he told Osanada to take care of herself. While they're running, Osanada mentions that she'll give up on MC because MC and Ron Na are already an item. She also said she was happy because she felt this way toward MC. MC realized that he had succeeded. This time, he was able to save Osanada from what he had experienced before. The first love that leaves a mental scar and never fades away. Every time Osanada remembers it, she will not remember the pain but a place with all her friends that she can return to. In a world filled with roaring, a captivating figure embodies discipline and justice on two wheels. Meet Himeno Azami, a police motorcycle officer who commands respect and protects the peace on public roads from the clutches of unruly motorcycle gangs. Himeno Azami's infatuation with the world of police motorcycle policing began long before she could officially join the force. It consumed her thoughts, becoming a vivid dream that shaped her aspirations. Himeno Azami was unexpectedly dispatched for patrol duty one day, embodying her envisioned role sooner than expected. Meanwhile, Masaru and Kota congratulated MC for getting his license and said he was lucky to have it where he was. Inuma appeared with a flashy bike, intending to give it to MC. MC doesn't seem to like the flashy bike, but then he realizes having a bike from Inuma's effort was an honor. Inuma explained that he acquired a remarkable bike, previously owned by his senior, for 10,000 units. The cost was inconsequential, for MC's friend generously offered to cover the expenses, acknowledging their bond of friendship. MC couldn't help but admire his new ride, a flashy machine that seemed to transcend ordinary bikes. Meanwhile, on the street, Azami was on patrol, dedicated to maintaining the order of the streets. However, she couldn't shake off the feeling that the man she encountered on the street, MC, who was nervous about riding his flashy bike, was against the law. Azami chases after MC and hits the bike out of nowhere, telling MC how he dares to show up with such a bike, and is about to hit MC for the second time. Still, MC's spell worked on her, making her fall in love with him at first sight, daydreaming about MC as if she saw a prince on a white horse making her stop. After that scary encounter with a white bike officer, MC returned the flashy bike to Inuma while walking on the school campus with his friends. But Azami showed up and introduced herself to MC, returning his fallen ID from yesterday. In her mind, she was devastated that the white prince was a lawbreaker on the road but composed herself. She was about to confront MC, but Inuma interfered, showing up with the flashy bike. She asked them who owned the bike, and they answered accordingly. After figuring out who owns the bike, Azami warns MC not to ride the bike again, but MC refuses, making Azami run away and cry. But she came back with a tricycle and invited MC to ride around. MC was enjoying their chill ride in the city, but before he could relax, Azami went speed to show him how scary bikes are so he wouldn't ride one again. They stopped at a hillside so MC could take his time throwing up. He demanded to be returned home, but he needed to ride with her again. He was willing to walk home, but they were too far away, so he had no choice. Their ride back home was slower, so Azami apologized for scaring him, making up with him by showing him a beautiful view of the sunset. MC was with his friends the next day as Masaru showed his new bike until Osanada broke its lever. But a few moments later, Azami came to pick up MC, his personal driver. The only reason she's doing this is that she doesn't want to see MC riding a flashy bike, which is out of MC's will, but he's letting her do it so she won't cry. Aside from that, Azami volunteered to fix Masaru's lever, and after fixing it, they went home. MC needs to ride in her backseat and manage until the MC has arrived at his stop. As they rode, Azami shared her story of why she aspires to be an officer. It started years back when she got saved by a white bike officer from getting attacked by a biker gang. After arriving, they made a deal that Azami could let him ride a bike as long as he was responsible enough, and then went on her way. After that, MC was on his way home when he was stopped by Aoi. Aoi was looking for a white bike officer who hurt his friends, showing Azami's picture. MC was scared and remembered Inuma's warning about the Onishimas. MC denied he knew anything to protect Azami's peace as Aoi disappeared. That night, MC meets up with his friends to talk about Azami. Masaru was concerned about MC and warned him not to meddle with another girl's problem again, or else they wouldn't have a peaceful life in school. Afterward, Inuma explained that MC encountered rank 3 of the Onishima Alliance, Aoi Furukawa. Years ago, Aoi managed to crush a white bike officer who chased him down, suggesting forgetting about Azami now. But MC can't let anything like that happen and needs to warn her. But he has no contact with Azami, so MC rides with his friends on their flashy bikes to gain her attention. As Azami chased them down, she remembered her moment with the white biker. His motivation motivated her to become a rider by giving her a sense of freedom when riding a bike, until the white biker was crushed by Aoi. It was then she dedicated to never forgiving biker gangs. Afterward, Azami was about to attack MC's bike, but she recognized him and stopped. MC warned her about the Onishima Alliance, but Azami didn't falter in her dreams, not forgiving Aoi for his actions and arresting him. On the other side of the city, the Onishima Alliance held a meeting, informing them that the white bike officer would attend their gathering tomorrow. One member stepped up and challenged Aoi in a race. Whoever wins gets to lead their gang. Of course, Aoi remains the victor for being thirsty for a thrill on the road. Meanwhile, MC convinced his friends it's only right for a man to protect a woman, just like how obvious it is, like closing a faucet after using it. Therefore, they must do everything to protect Azami from the gangsters. The day after, Masaru told Rana Hamura that MC's physical condition had deteriorated, postponing their tour. Rana was saddened, so she sat on the bench until night came. Meanwhile, on the road, Azami was chasing Aoi. He was impressed by Azami's dedication and speed, but he escaped to a corner where his gang was waiting. Aoi encouraged her to join their gang and told her she may meet consequences if she refused the offer. Azami strongly refuses and says she would rather die than join them. Aoi cornered Azami with his team, but MC and his friends arrived to back her up. Aoi recognized MC, so he formally introduced himself to him. It excites him as he looks at the 4 groups of students challenging his gang. With that, he proposes for them to participate in their gang's game, a deathmatch of play tag. Meanwhile, Ran-na was still at the park when 2 men invited her out. Hopeless, the men walk away, preferring to watch the fight between Onishima and a small team of Rokudo. The mention of MC's name intrigued Ran-na, and she was walking behind their backs silently with a dark aura. Back to MC, Aoi explained the mechanics of their game, which is basically a normal game of tag but with bikes. But Aoi told MC to sit on his back as a time limit, and if they can't tag him, Aoi will push MC on his bike. Azami told MC to not fall for it, but he didn't listen and did what Aoi told him to do. After that, Aoi's engine roars as they start their game of tag, with MC holding on to his dear life. Aoi was riding his bike and even had time to show off by standing up on his bike. Inuma and Koda are having difficulty catching up with Aoi, leaving no choice but to rely on Azami and protect her from the other Onishima members. With that, Inuma had a plan and intentionally crushed his bike to give Azami more time without buggers. Koda was worried after seeing how reckless Inuma was, then a gang member cursed Inuma for what he had done. But he doesn't regret helping his friends. Suddenly, a member of the gang sped up toward Azami and Aoi. Inuma was ready to punch him, but he missed. As the bike member passed Inuma, Masaru was also chasing him, riding at the same speed as the gang member. The gang member jumped at the sidewalk, where an amateur rider like Masaru couldn't follow. But Masaru was as dedicated to stopping him, so he forced his bike and crashed towards the gang, sacrificing his bike. Meanwhile, Inuma and Kota saw a bunch of backups from Onishima. There was no way they could stop it. That's when they heard a gunshot-like noise. It wasn't a gunshot. It was caused by Ran-na, who was popping the gang's wheels with a wooden sword while riding a bike. As Ran-na and Inuma met, she explained that she was there to help MC, but Inuma told her not to since they trusted MC to return safely. With that, Ran-na awaits his arrival peacefully. This surprised them. They wondered how Ran-na acted like that, but she unashamedly admitted that she loved him, turning the boys red. On the road, Aoi and Azami undergo epiphany when Aoi reminisces the time when he purposely lets the white officer chase him so they could race, devoting that once he gets caught by him, he'll quit everything. With that, he purposely speeds up, not knowing the crack road, which results in his unbalance. Thankfully, the officer was there to catch him, yet his bike swiveled and went towards the young Azami. The officer sacrifices himself to save her, resulting in Azami's hatred towards the bike gang. With that, Aoi sped up, but MC was determined to calm down Azami and worked together by talking with his heart and genuine care. His bravery touched Azami's heart. With that, they could tag Aoi and win, despite almost falling off Aoi's bike. After winning, they enthusiastically returned to their friends as Ron Knock greeted him heartily. Meanwhile, Aoi accepted his loss and admired MC's words from earlier. With that, he approached Azami and gave her the address of the officer they both admired before announcing to his gang that Azami would lead them as promised. But there's something else that Aoi promised to Azami, so she used the chance to tag him along as they visited their favorite officer in their station. The officer recognized the two children as Azami checked how he was after not seeing them for a while. The officer assured them he was okay, but still unable to ride a bike. Aoi was feeling bad, so he excused himself, but the officer went after him, telling him that he had arrested him after those years. With that, Aoi shed tears and apologized to the officer, blaming himself for what happened that day. Still, the officer didn't mind as they catch up on each other's lives. Azami told the officer that she had become a personal driver for a white prince. This made him glad because Azami became a rider who rides free. Aside from that, MC and his friends are finally going out for a tour on their bikes, with MC riding behind Azami, making Ron Na very jealous. After that, Ron Na sped up first, scaring off MC, saying that 100 km/h traumatized our poor MC. A few days later, two students were waiting for the hot guy everybody fell for. However, this was nothing more than baseless gossip. Instead, their daily adventures led them to create a bond akin to a harem, though the notion of such romance was an absolute falsehood. Unfortunately, the world was rife with misunderstandings, creating a web of confusion that extended far and wide. Among them, Ron Na's son stood out as a constant source of assistance for MC, always ready to lend a helping hand. As the years passed, Mizue witnessed a transformation in MC, once mistaken for a motorcycle gang leader. He had changed, evolving into a different person altogether. His classmates, like MC, were grateful that he remained unbroken. Meanwhile, MC bought a gift for Ron Na to thank her for saving him countless times. And after school, they all hang out at MC's house. As MC excused himself to get them snacks, tension filled the air as they were left with a terrifying Ron Na. The rest of the group wondered what it would take to establish such a unique bond. They questioned the nature of food and pondered whether their favorite dishes defined their existence. Curiosity was piqued, and they longed to learn more about the mysterious nature of Ron Na. They even wonder about her blood type. But thanks to Osanada, all their questions are answered, turning it into a guessing game. But before they could find out more about her, MC came in with a pudding, to which Ron Na changed her favorite food from meat to pudding. As the sun sleeps, they bid farewell, except for MC, who takes the opportunity to give his gift to Ron Na. It was a pink hair tie that Ron Na loved immediately and thanked him. The day after, MC and Inuma looked at Ron Na and Osanada during class, not believing they looked innocent but were strong as monsters. As their class ended, Mizue told everyone they would have a general cleanup at noon. Everyone hated cleanup, so everyone except MC and his friends stayed and helped them clean up. Ron Na is also excited to help MC, but Osanada plans to teach her how to clean, disappointing her plan for being unable to hang out with MC. Still, they all participated accordingly and cleaned. As MC was wiping the classroom window with Inuma, Ron Na, and Osanada ripping off the flooring, surprising everyone with their actions. They defended themselves by saying that the floor was dirty underneath, thinking it was the same thing on the ceiling too, so they checked, but Osanada tossed Ron Na too hard on the ceiling, forcing them to proceed with the floor. After a few minutes, delinquents from other schools were planning on approaching them. But as soon as they saw them, they looked horrifying, assuming they had interrupted their powerful fight. They finally finished cleaning, so MC checked up on Ron Na with the sleeping Osanada on her lap like a child. A day after that, MC, Kota, and Masaru went to a cafe to meet up with the others to discuss important matters when other delinquents from the other table judged their looks, calling them losers from Omori High School. Before, they usually trembled when encountering strangers, but they were used to it by then. Then one of the girls mentioned that Ron Na was unstylish, and with that, MC was anxious, thinking he gave her an unstylish hair tie, so she didn't use it. Weirdly, Mizue was outside the window, creep fit. MC noticed that Ron Na was tying her hair in a ponytail, which calmed him down. The delinquents cannot believe that they could dress great, getting embarrassed. Yashia approached them and asked where their seats were, to which Masaru explained that the others had taken them. Seeing it, Yashia scolded them for monopolizing the chairs, but the delinquents couldn't fight except for the girl. MC's spell worked on her without him knowing, and she started to act obsessed with him. Seeing this made Mizue freeze on the floor, realizing MC's influence on others. But they were oblivious to her as the group was talking. MC noticed Ron-na didn't tie her hair with his hair tie, so he asked her. Ron-na simply explained that looking at the tie made her feel close to MC. If she were to tie her hair with it, she wouldn't be able to see it. MC blushed, but Inuma called for everyone's attention as he discussed the Onishima alliance. He explained that more ranks might go after him. Osanada raised her hand to ask about Onishima's strongest leader, to which Inuma responded that it was Doji Matsugamiya, the president and the second founder of Onishima Alliance. He explained further that a fight broke out long before, forcing Doji's team to disband. Hearing this, MC insisted he should apologize because he didn't mean for their group to get in trouble. Inuma refuses to apologize to his enemy, but it seems like everybody pairs with MC, so Inuma accepts to apologize. Meanwhile, in their school campus, the second founder of Onishima they were talking about was at their school to proceed with their plans. However, they weren't there for MC but for Kamori Ron-na. In the past, Onishima was attacked by a certain person who scared Doji, the leader, to the bones. It turns out Ron-na was the reason they disbanded. In the present, he was with his friends on the rooftop, trying to figure out how to apologize to the Onishima leader. Yashia rushed to them, explaining that the Onishima alliance was forcing their way into their classroom. MC couldn't believe what he heard and insisted that Inuma should apologize immediately. MC rushed to their classroom, and just as the class Mizue was introducing the Onishima alliance, they entered. She explained that they had transferred into their class starting that day. The class was also shocked, murmuring and asking questions about what was happening. Doji, the alliance's leader, introduced themselves and apologized for the sudden intrusion. He mentioned they could no longer keep their identity a secret and announced they were the Onishima alliance. The class president thought they must be delinquents. However, Doji assured them that they had no intention of causing trouble in the school. MC and his friends were surprised by the reason behind their transfer. Doji explained to MC that their gang wanted to be relied upon by everyone and expressed their admiration for his bravery and trustworthiness. Despite feeling scared, Doji expressed their desire for a positive and friendly relationship with MC. The class was shocked to witness a handshake between Omori's boss and the boss of the Onishima alliance. Humor spread throughout the school, with rumors about the invincibility of the Onishima alliance and discussions about strong students in other classes. While on the rooftop, Doji discussed their plan's goal of bringing a certain girl into Onishima. He expressed both fear and curiosity toward her. The class president asked for suggestions for the school festival project, creating a tense atmosphere. During class, Masaru felt intimidated sitting next to Doji, and MC and Ron-na were concerned about Yashia's stare. Mizue felt overlooked amidst the chatty atmosphere of the class. After class, Masaru, Kota, and MC hid in the restroom, discussing their concerns about the Onishima alliance and MC's spell. They agreed to act as usual and not provoke any fights. They talked about the girls in the Onishima alliance, with MC mentioning that Yashia stared at him, while Kazanov didn't show any particular signs. Masaru found it strange and unsettling that Kazanov seemed unaffected despite their reputation. However, Kota reassured them that they should treat the girls as they always did and focus on having a peaceful school life. As they exited the cubicle, Reino entered the restroom, surprising them. Reino grabbed MC's hand but instinctively pulled away and ran away, with Reino following him. Masaru and Kota watched from the door, realizing that MC was becoming popular among the bad boys. In class 1-2, Doji approached Ron-na for small talk, but she glared at him. Meanwhile, MC discovers that Reino is a girl. They also discussed Kazanov's gender, with Reino explaining that Kazano was a boy but appeared feminine due to makeup. Reino warned MC about touching Kazano, as he didn't like it and had reacted violently. Reino asked MC not to tell anyone about what he knew. MC said he understood and asked if the Onishima alliance knew about what he knew. Reino confirmed they knew and warned MC to be careful around Doji because lies wouldn't work if he questioned him. There was no telling what Doji would do to them if he found out. MC asked why Reino was telling him such a dangerous secret, but she was also wondering why she was doing it. She felt odd because she had never been someone who revealed secrets. MC couldn't figure out the reason, but Reina told him that she couldn't hold back her feelings for him and moved closer to MC. She was crying as she ran away from him. In class 1 to 2, Doji questioned Ran-na about her preferences, including her favorite subjects, blood type, and hometown. Despite everyone's attention, Ran-na remained silent. Shikabi asked Haruya what was up with Doji because he was creeping her out. Akai told Haruya not to glare at Doji like that. Akai said that Doji could know what others were thinking just by looking at their faces. They claimed he could discern it from eye movements or small expression changes, even if they stayed still. Akai looked at Ran-na and Doji continued talking, stating that Doji would still know the answers. Doji realized that for the first time, he couldn't read Ran-na, and it scared him. It felt like a lock on Ran-na's heart and was terrifying. But as MC entered the room, Ran-na smiled and welcomed him. Doji was shocked by how Ran-na acted around MC. Ran-na checked on MC, asking if anything had happened. MC reassured her that he was fine, as usual. Worriedly, she asked him again if he was okay or if there was anything she could do for him. Doji watched them, thinking that MC was too ordinary to pick a fight with his gang. He believed that MC was the key to Ran-na's heart. School life with the Onishima Alliance in Omori High School began as if nothing was amiss. Doji and the rest of the members were good guys and had a friendly relationship. However, an incident occurred. Harakura High School, an enemy of Omori High School, began attacking Omori High School students without any reason. Kota was hospitalized due to the incident, yet the Onishima Alliance quietly defeated the unbeatable Harakura High School. The Onishima Alliance became the heroes of Omori High School. Doji was happy while MC watched him from a distance. The first high school festival season of MC's life is approaching. One day, Mizue Sukusa asked her classmates about their class project for the school festival. They suggested doing yakisoba, and Mizue asked if it was okay to focus on yakisoba. They agreed, and one of the guys asked where they would have the after party. The discussion about the school festival ended quickly, and MC complained that it ended early. Kota thought about the yakisoba, and Mejura commented that no one was interested in the school festival. MC grabbed his shirt anxiously, asking why they weren't interested. Mejura asked him to calm down. MC imagined how they were supposed to prepare for the festival happily, practice together, and ultimately create the best school festival experience. MC felt disappointed when he told Ran-na how much he wanted the school festival to be exciting. Ran-na asked him if he had any ideas, and he mentioned a play, even though he thought everyone would dislike it. To his surprise, Ran-na stood up suddenly and announced that they would do a play for the festival, making everyone pay attention. MC was shocked, and he told Ran-na she shouldn't force her decision on others. The guys were scared because it seemed like Ran-na had taken charge. However, Doji raised his hand and said he agreed with Ran-na's suggestion. The guys said that if Doji said so, they would go along. One of their classmates also suggested that he was good at making props. MC was overjoyed after hearing what they said, and he thanked Ran-na. Looking at Ran-na, he realized she had helped him again. Meanwhile, Kazeno and Reino were talking behind their building. Reino mentioned that her makeup skills would be helpful for the upcoming play, so she should start training. Kazeno asked if the play was MC's idea. Reino was shocked but asked Kazeno if it was true because she didn't or she was starting to act like a boy again. Kazeno also pointed out that Reino was showing her feminine side. Reino didn't understand what Kazeno meant because her makeup was flawless. She told Kazeno it was time to clean the classroom, so they should go. MC was excited about all the preparations as he walked in the hallways. Suddenly, Kazeno appeared before him and asked if he had done something to her brother. MC was surprised and said he didn't do anything to her brother. Kazeno walked past him, saying that her brother seemed strange lately. Kazeno was behind MC, and she pinched his cheeks, asking if he saw anything. MC replied that he didn't see anything at all. MC touched Kazeno's chest, shocking her, and she asked how he could touch her chest like that. Calmly, MC held his cheek, remembering that he wasn't supposed to know that Kazeno was a boy. Kazeno angrily said he was ashamed of touching a woman's breasts, and that MC was an unbelievable pervert. She declared that she would never let Reino get close to MC. Kazeno looked at MC, who was on the floor, and expressed concern about what he might do if he knew Reino was a girl. Kazeno was worried about her sister. As the class ended, Ran-na was sitting alone in the classroom when MC entered, and he noticed her troubled face and approached her. She offered to help with the play, and they sat together to discuss ideas. MC asked if there was a play Ron wanted to do, but she expressed her willingness to do whatever he wanted. Ron then left the room to go to the library to get the reference book she needed for their ideas, leaving MC alone when Yashia suddenly entered. MC asked her what she was doing there, and then Yashia explained her attraction to strong people, mentioning notable individuals in the Onishima alliance. She confessed her admiration for MC's strength and gave him a letter. However, before MC could respond, Ron returned to the room, and Yashia quickly hid the letter and left. Ron questioned MC if he was okay and his interaction with Yashia. MC didn't receive the letter and felt sorry for Yashia, assuming it was a love letter. Meanwhile, after Yashia left the room, she immediately tore up the letter that was supposed to be for MC. She was mad at Ron. She liked strong individuals but hated Ron in particular because she made her feel sick. She just wanted MC to wait for her. Next time, she would give him a challenge letter filled with love. We can see the MC, chief, and colonel cutting cardboard in the classroom. In their conversation, the chief noticed that they were running out of cardboard. A few moments later, the MC said he would take the cardboard. At the door, Inuma can be seen leaning. Before the MC could pass the door, Inuma called him seriously and reminded him that he shouldn't get ganged up on by delinquents like Harakura. Before Inuma finished speaking, the MC quickly said he would return and wouldn't be gauged up every time. But just like what always happens, delinquents approached the MC. Today, our MC can be seen sitting on the ground and surrounded by biker gangs. A moment later, a woman stepped forward and called him with a hostile voice. But as expected, the spell worked on them. They can all be seen sitting on the ground praising the young man. Suddenly, one woman was surprised and blurted out the word boss, which was the signal for everyone to turn their gaze in front of them and have the same expression, shock. There appeared a figure of a woman with purple hair. She is Odoheim, the Ryugu gang's leader. Just a few moments later, Odoheim suddenly sat beside him and acted as if she was reading him. Then she suddenly stood up and scolded a member of her gang. According to her, she told them not to bother others. With sincerity in her voice, she apologized to the MC. According to Odoheim, they came from a neighboring city, but they didn't come to pick a fight. After saying that, one gang member suddenly spoke and gave basic information about what their gang was doing. According to Odoheim, she was once a delinquent too, so she can't leave these girls behind. At that moment, the MC's face was relieved, and in his mind, he praised Odoheim and said that she was a good person. A few moments later, Odoheim asked the MC if their school had any school festivals. The MC immediately informed her that there was. Indeed, he said the festival for their school would be the week after next. Odoheim immediately said they came to visit various school festivals. There, Odoheim asked the MC if they could go to the school festival held at their school. The MC immediately agreed. At that moment, Odoheim turned to see Himawari coming. Himawari can be seen waving and calling the MC while wearing his beautiful smile. The MC immediately approached her while Odoheim stuttered, saying Himawari's name with a trace of shock in her eyes. When the MC and Himawari got close, Himawari said that the MC was late, so she looked for the MC. A few moments later, Odoheim can be seen running toward Himawari while shouting her name. He suddenly approached Himawari and hugged her tightly. Still in tears, Odoheim said she always wanted to meet Himawari. Odoheim looks like a worried mother wondering where she is. MC, Himawari, and Ryugu gangs are at Miranaka restaurant. At that moment, the MC asked if they knew each other. This time, the gang leader Odoheim begins to tell the story. According to her, Himawari was a former Ryugu gang member. The MC couldn't believe it and asked when they met. According to Odoheim, Ryu was nothing but a gang of delinquents. In a flashback scene, Odoheim and the members of the Ryu gang can be seen fighting with the men. Odoheim yells that those people should not look down on them because they are women. After she said that, a man just laughed and insulted her. But in the middle of their insults, one man suddenly fell to their side and said those behind them were plundered because of a monster. There the man asked who the woman was, and even the chill Odoheim was also asked who Himawari was. When they have defeated the enemies, they can be seen praising Himawari, and Odoheim introduces herself. After introducing himself as the gang leader of the Ryugu gang, she asks Himawari's name. Himawari didn't answer, so she asked Himawari why Himawari helped them. At that time, Himawari answered and said to kill time. Upon hearing Himawari's answer, Odoheim just smiled and thanked her. Himawari then turned and left without a word. But before she could go, Ojou shouted, said they would grill some meat, and offered Himawari to come along. Himawari immediately returned to them without saying a word. Himawari is now eating grilled meat, described by a gang member that she's eating like a beast. According to Ojou, the Ryu gang has been invincible since Himawari joined them. Indeed, she also mentioned her expression while fighting. According to her, it's Himawari's best expression. After she said that, she asked Himawari to go closer to her, and then she gave her a wooden sword, which according to her was her lucky charm. With a smile on her face, Ojou said it symbolized their friendship. There, Ryu's name was spread far and wide. However, their glory days did not last long. In one scene, the gang members can be seen in front of Ojou and Himawari side by side. There they learned they were attacked by someone they weren't with, the Onishima, so Ojou decided to disband their gang. The gang members started to disagree, but according to Ojou, they got a bit too big to handle, and she gave the final word that they would disband. But they were surprised they didn't notice that Himawari had left. As they continued, according to her, she desperately searched for her, but she couldn't find her. And then she heard that a single girl had destroyed Onishima. In the MC's mind, he asked whether Doji knew what had happened. In the end, they said goodbye to Himawari and the MC. After returning to school, the MC entered Reino's classroom and offered help. There the two had a conversation. Reino said that she longed for a fun school life. She dressed up as a girl because she wanted to, but she must hide that she's a girl and doesn't have many friends. But right now she's having fun because the MC stays despite knowing who she is. At that time, the MC also said that he longed for a fun school life and told a glimpse of his story to Reino. During their conversation, Inuma, Colonel, and Chief suddenly entered the room carrying materials. After moments, the three who came to show their manly power took off their clothes individually. After the three undressed, they told the MC and Reino to do the same. Reino didn't know what to do. At that time, the MC said they couldn't do that. The three left immediately, and Reino thanked the MC. The next day, the whole class, including our MC, had training at the gym. While everyone is busy, someone approaches Doji and shows a picture. At that moment, Doji let go of his juice in the can, causing everyone to turn their gaze to where he was. Doji seriously walked out, and his companions immediately joined him. There the MC approached Doji and asked what the problem was. At that moment, Doji passed him and said there was no peace. On the rooftop, they can be seen Doji talking, saying that it is an excellent opportunity to execute the plan. Reino tried to stop him, but he didn't listen to Reino. Ultimately, he asked if his companions were ready and showed Himawari's picture. While our MC and Himawari were walking, they talked about being thoughtful. Here our MC said to Himawari that she should be thoughtful. Himawari was naive about what thoughtfulness is. Then the MC explained that being thoughtful means thinking more about others' feelings. Himawari said enthusiastically that she would be more thoughtful to Rokudo. When the MC and Himawari entered the classroom, everyone was worried, and then our MC found out that the Amori students got attacked again. There the MC concluded that the Harakura did it, but Doji corrected him and said that it was not Harakura but the Ryugu gang. So much surprise can be seen in the eyes of our MC. Doji said the Onishima Alliance would fight Ryugu because Amori was in danger and encouraged everyone to help them. The MC defended the Ryugu gang, but suddenly Reino came with bruises. Horror can be seen in the expression of our MC when Reino said that Ryugu was responsible for that. Despite what his classmates and Doji say, he still can't believe it, and he refuses to help them even though Doji asks him to be their ally. In the following moments, our MC can be seen inside the cubicle, venting his frustration. But a few moments later, he realized he was doing what he had done before and said he shouldn't buckle down. When he came out of the comfort room, the figure of Inuma appeared in front of him. In those moments, the MC did not expect this from him despite the general information. According to Inuma, he believed in our MC. On the other hand, the Colonel and Chief can be seen investigating some members of Ryugu. According to the Colonel, it's not because he says the MC is lying. That's why he is on a recon mission. Let's go back to the conversation between our MC and Inuma. They both realize Himawari was Doji's target in those moments. In the next scene in the classroom, Doji sits before Himawari. At that moment, Doji's blackmail of Himawari began. He used our MC to get Himawari to agree to destroy Ryu and make Himawari an ally of Onishima. After hearing about Doji's entire litany, Himawari attacked Doji. Himawari's feelings were still closed, so she disagreed with Doji's proposal. However, a few moments after Doji mentioned that Himawari should think about our MC's feelings, she suddenly realized and remembered what the MC said about being thoughtful. The chains closing the door of her feelings were suddenly cut off. On the other hand, our MC and Inuma can be seen running toward Himawari, but they have not caught up with anyone. They heard Doji's voice outside the building and said Himawari was following the Onishima Alliance now, and she will crush Ryu with them tomorrow. Doji said that our MC is not meant for Himawari. Ultimately, he told the MC that he should come down if he wanted to bring back Himawari. For once, he should come down to hell. We are here on the roof of the school, and what we see is that Doji has tied up Erika and Reino. Not a very good start to an episode in my opinion. They are sitting on the ground right in front of him, and they cannot do anything but listen to him. Both of them try their best to get out of this bound state, but they cannot. Doji is laughing in front of them as he has evil plans for them. He has something in mind that is going to get these two riled up and run for their life. But before he tells them, he is making fun of them. Doji is in full confidence here with a top hat on his head. Erika and Reino try to find a way to get out of this situation, but their luck is not with them. They are right in the middle of the roof, so they do not even have a little something they can use to get themselves free. They are constantly thinking of something, but the luck is not on their side. Doji trapped these two by telling them that he would be seeing them on the roof a little while ago, but these two had no idea what was coming for them. They walked right into Doji's trap, and here we are now. Doji laughs and in full confidence tells them that they are done for. This is really about Erika, by the way. Reino just got dragged into this because she was with Erika. Anyway, Reino tells Doji that whatever he is planning is not going to happen. She is not going to let him do whatever he wants because their friends are probably on the way to save them, and Doji does not have enough time to execute the plan he has in mind. But Doji is not even a little troubled by this because the plan he has constructed is nothing like before. He has thought about every possibility and made preparations for everything imaginable. Reino is really afraid now, seeing how Doji is not even a little struck by her bluff. She tells him again that he is going to lose because Erika is not going to fall into his trap like before. But Doji has other things in mind. He tells them that he is not going to hurt her or anything. There is just one thing he wants her to do, and that is going to be enough for him. The thing he wants from her is to fight the monster that is coming their way right now. Hearing this is something that almost makes Reino laugh because she knows that Erika can take care of herself. She is pretty strong and she can handle mostly anyone here. But the kind of monster that is coming here right now is someone they have not thought about. Reino has no idea how evil Doji can be really. She takes him very lightly, but everything falls into place when Doji introduces the monster he is talking about. He calls that monster to come out, and to Reino and Erika's horror, it is Ran-Na. Everyone in the school knows that the person you would never want to mess with is Ran-Na, and now, Doji has convinced her to work for him and use her for his cause. Ran-Na reminds me of the friend I had in school who ate my lunch without asking me. I could not say anything to her. Now the confidence in Doji is justified, knowing that the monster he was talking about is the deadly Ran-Na. Reino was telling Doji earlier that whatever he does is useless because Erika is strong and can take care of herself, but seeing Ran-Na makes Reino regret her words. She knows just how brutal she can be, and now they know what is coming for her. Doji stands there as the boss of the school and laughs hysterically, knowing that these two are done for. On the other hand, we have the entirety of school together at the entrance of the school building. They want to go up and help Erika because they know that it is Ran-Na that she is going to fight. They all know how that fight is going to go because they have seen what Ran-Na can do. They are eager to just run and help Erika, but they cannot. Why? We see a huge number of boys standing right in front of the entrance of the school just to stop them. Doji has ordered these stray boys to help him out, keeping these Erika's saviors outside. He does not want them to reach the roof, so they are not a huddle in Ran-Na's way. No matter how strong she is, she cannot get through these people. Haruya speaks up and motivates everyone around him to go and help Erika somehow. He tells them that Erika is alone up there and she cannot hold her own against Ran-Na like that, so they have to help her. They have to get to the roof as soon as possible. They do not have enough time because Ran-Na can show up any second now, and they have to stop Ran-Na before she crushes Erika. Haruya knows his speech worked, and now he wants everyone to charge up at these boys to get through to the school. They all gather their strengths and run toward the boys head on. They all take each of these boys and fight them. The fighting is intense and the winning rate is balanced right now. Haruya sees everyone struggling to fight, but he knows that they are doing their best. He has a sudden plan in mind and tells everyone that they do not have to fight and win this. They just have to punch and push the person in front of them away so they can just go. They should not worry about winning, they just have to make sure these boys are out of the way. So everyone starts doing this and it works for a time. After a little while, he sees that his classmates are back to trying to win the fights and not just focusing on making it through. He tells Sayuri that they have to at least get through and make it to the roof in time, but he turns to look at her, only to find her trying to talk and convince one of the bad guys to let them through. MC, on the other hand, is doing his best as well. He is taking these bad guys out one by one, and he is holding himself pretty great right now. Haruya sees him and tells him that he should make it to the roof instead of him so he can help Erika, but we see a huddle of boys coming to get MC. This is the end for MC, and he is dead for sure, but something incredible happens. Suddenly, we hear a bike screeching toward the ground, and we see someone riding there. It is Azami, and she is here with her bike to help these guys out. She has the means to go toward the roof easily and tears through these bad guys, stopping in front of MC. Seeing her shocks everyone because this is very unlike her. She tells MC that she is going to be his driver for this, and she is going to take him to the roof in the fastest and the shortest way possible. She knows from where they can reach the roof fastest, so she is ready to give him a ride. MC feels a sense of relief and thanks Azami for doing this. She tells him that they do not have enough time and they have to go right now, otherwise Erika might be crumbled. NC gets on the bike, and seeing him, everyone gets on it as well. Now it is on Azami to get them through this bunch of guys, and she does it perfectly. She goes through at full speed, tearing through them and bashes through the entrance door that was jammed closed. Now she tells them that they have to not worry anymore as they are in school now. They go a little further and what they come across terrifies them. It is Hando, and he is definitely on Doji's side. He is here to stop them from reaching the roof, but Azami does not think so. She has full confidence that she can tear through this guy as well, no matter how muscular he is. She tells MC to hold on tight as she is going to ride toward him at full speed. That way, he is going to be forced to move or get crushed by the bike. MC holds on, and now, Azami amp up the speed to the maximum and rushes towards Hando. He is standing still, and the next second, he is walking towards the bike. This confuses Azami as to why the hell this guy is moving forward instead of getting away. "I think you better stop your bike, ma'am." "The guy is huge, can't you see that?" Hando stops the bike with just his bare hands, and Azami and MC go flying. Azami could not believe that this huge monster of a guy stopped the bike so effortlessly. Hando tells him to get out of there because Doji told him to take care of them. He wants Hando to handle his classmates of Erika, but he is willing to let them go without hurting them. Azami forced Hando to take a strike at them by being a stubborn butt, telling him that they have to get to the roof no matter what. Hando has no other way but to punch them. He punches them, but something stops him. It is Sayuri, and she stopped his punch with just a single hand. This shocks Hando, and he cannot believe that this little girl stopped him like this. This anime is full of surprises. A girl the size of an ant stopping a guy the size of a skyscraper. Just wow. Haruya and the others come running to them, and Haruya tells Sayuri to get out of the way, otherwise Hando is going to burst her open with his bare hands. Sayuri is confident and tells Haruya that she knows Hando. She knows just how earnest and kind he is, and she knows he will never hurt her. The thing is, it might be possible to talk to this guy and convince him to let them go and help Erika. But Hando tells her that she has no idea about who he is and what he can do. Azami and others get ready and run to the roof while Sayuri takes care of this huge fella. Hando tells her that she has done it, and now he is really mad. But Sayuri wants him to stop with the fighting because it does not suit him. He is not the guy who fights because he is earnest and kind. Hando cannot believe that she finds him earnest and kind. He asks her why she thinks that. She explains that she saw him the other day crossing the road with his hands up, and that tells her everything. Also, he studies really hard no matter how bad his score is. Last time, he studied all night. Still, he got only 2 in the test, but that does not matter. Hando has no idea how she got to know about the test, but this is enough for him. He is not going to let her play him like this anymore, so he loads his arms and punches Sayuri. She goes flying toward the lock and slams into them. Hando explains that it is Doji who told him to do this, and he is not going to deny him. He explains further that he was always roasted and bullied in the school, and no one respected him ever. He was the kind of guy who was the punching bag for everyone, and he never did anything about that. Students around the school talk trash about him in secrecy, and he never made any friends. But one day, he met Doji, and that is the day everything changed for good. Doji told him how to earn respect and how to put everyone in their place. Doji is the guy who got him his respect in the school. Slowly and slowly, he implemented everything Doji told him, and that way, people stopped talking badly about him. In fact, they started respecting him instead, which was a huge thing for him. Hando never felt this good before, and this was all because of Doji. Hando even got a team of his, and that was the day he promised to do everything Doji would tell him to do. That is why he is doing this today as well. He is not going to refuse anything Doji tells him to do, even if it is wrong. He walks to Sayuri, lying in the rubble very weak. She barely gets up and tells Hando that he is very wrong here and should rethink his thoughts. He tells her that she has no idea how bad it feels to be the one who always screws up. But Hando is wrong here because she knows. She tells him that she knows exactly how he feels because she is in the same boat as him. She is also the one who tries to do things herself, but always screws up and makes trouble for others. She is the one who is made fun of, but that never forced her to take the wrong path. She has an MC for those situations, and he always looks out for her and makes sure that she is right. She gets up and tells Hando that she is going to be a big boss for him because he is not going to understand the way. Sayuri takes out her pony, and now her hair is open. She is now ready to take him on. She tells Hando that she is going to put some sense into him the hard way because he also only relies on strength. And if strength is what he wants, that is what he is going to get. He is strong, so Sayuri is not going to hold back anymore. Saying this, she runs towards him and dodges his punch, landing a kick of her own on his face. He loses his balance for a while but gets himself back together, landing a strong one on Sayuri. She takes it like a champ and plays Hando like a doll, but Hando grabs her and throws her to the wall, saying that this is what he does to shrimps like her. She runs back to him and both of them wrestle a bit. Sayuri tells him that he is going to lose because he only relies on strength. She is the boss and the boss always wins. Hando is not happy with her trash-talking him like that, so he grabs her again and throws her at the lockers one more time. She is tapped out, but there is still some strength left for her to draw out. She takes off her shoes and socks, getting ready to fight for real this time. She tells him that the real fight begins because she has the ground to herself now. After taking a bit more trash talk, Hando gets furious again and loads his serious punch one more time. He wants to end this fight right here, so this is the best he can do. He strikes her right in the middle of the stomach, but to Hando's surprise, she takes it like a maniac and actually stands the ground still. Yeah, this is totally believable. This shocks him because this was one of his serious punches that she took head on. Now it is Sayuri's turn and she loads up her punch. Hando wants to do the same and eat her punch, but that does not happen. Sayuri punches him right in the guts, but it is so powerful that Hando falls to the ground. He is so weak right now, and he cannot believe that a runt like Sayuri has this much strength. He wants to kill himself now, seeing how the only thing he relied on is not enough. His strength. He starts tearing up, but Sayuri sits on the ground by him and starts stroking his hair. She tells him that MC is the one who looks out for her anytime she screws up. She can be the same for Hando, and he can screw up as much as he wants. All he has to do is not follow the orders of someone blindly like he was doing. Doji is a scum and he cannot follow his orders. Sure, he can look up to him, but does not have to trust him every time. Hando smiles back at Sayuri, saying that she is surely the boss. Sayuri falls to the ground with a smile on her face. Meanwhile, we are at the roof and Erika is standing right in front of Ran-na. She has no idea what has gotten into her, but would like to talk to her. She tells her that whatever she is thinking is wrong, and she has to tell Erika what is up. Ran-na is looking really deadly right now, so talking to her is something only Erika can do. She tells Ran-na that she was never like this, taking orders from a scum like Doji. But here we are. Ran-na does not reply a single word, but Doji starts talking. He tells Erika that it is not about her, but about her and MC. He tells her that Ran-na and MC can be only happy if Erika is not in the way, and that is what drives her to this point. Saying this, Doji tells Ran-na to get it over with and crush Erika as fast as possible. On the other hand, we see the others who are running up to the roof. They get to the second floor, but they come across Kohai stopping them midway. He is the next challenge for them, but Haruya is going to take this one. Kohai starts mocking him, saying that he took so much time coming here, but now that he is here, they can get this over with. Haruya gets in front to take him, but MC tries to stop him. He does not want him to handle this Kohai alone, but Haruya is pretty confident in himself. He He tells MC that he can take this while you guys go ahead and reach the roof. Kawai mocks him a little more, saying that he is going to lose again this time. Haruya tells him that that is not going to be the case if he does not use his dirty tricks. Hearing this, the others start asking Haruya if something happened between him and Kawai. He tells them that it was nothing but a stupid quarrel that he won using his dirty and filthy tricks. Kawai says in his defense that those were not some dirty tricks but his brain working. Haruya goes to Kawai and is ready to take him on, but Kawai starts acting, saying that he is not ready to fight him. He tells him to hold up a moment, but Haruya does not listen and punches him several times. Seeing this, MC and others are relieved, thinking that Haruya might be enough for Kawai. But as soon as Haruya is about to land another one of his punches, we see a smile on Kawai's face, and he punches Haruya right on his face. You better know by now if you are winning a fight pretty easily, you are dead after some time. This bewilders Haruya, not knowing how he missed Kawai. Kawai starts mocking him again, saying that he accidentally came right in front of his punch. Haruya does it again, but Kawai has him figured out. He lands another punch on Haruya, and this weakens Haruya exponentially. He falls to the ground in distress and shock at how easily he got played. Kawai tells him that he is doing the wrong thing by relying on strength alone. The guys with their strengths do not have any brains to rely on as well. They use only their strengths, and when they are out of that, they lose. He tells Haruya that he is done for, and that if he is a little smarter, he will not get up. Haruya cannot believe that he is going to lose again like this. He thought Kawai was not strong, but he just used his tricks to win, but his strength is massive. Kawai laughs at Haruya and asks him if he really thought that he was weak. Kawai explains that he is strong, but he does not like to waste his strength, so he just uses his mind to get an opening and use that to get an easy win. He uses his strength when it is needed, not all the time. This makes a lot of sense, but Haruya still cannot register that he lost like this. Kawai is talking like this all confident when Masaru charges Kawai to take him down. Masaru gets punched in the gut and he goes flying. Kota goes to him to check if he is alright, but he is not. Kawai grabs Kota and beats him to a pulp as well. MC goes to save Kota, but Kawai stops him, and as he is about to punch MC, he stops. He tells MC that he cannot do anything to him because he got orders from Doji. MC has to be in one piece when he gets to the roof, so he cannot do anything but kick his friends' asses. All MC can do is sit here while he watches Kawai break apart his friends one by one. This is all happening because MC made the wrong decision. Kawai adds that he is the one who brought this on his friends by going out with that Erika girl. He can stop all of this by giving up on that chick, but he has to make a decision fast before Ron-Na breaks her apart on the roof. MC sits and watches as Kawai steps on Kota's finger, breaking it. He is about to break another one of his fingers when MC takes a strike at Kawai. He stops MC pretty easily and tells him that it is no use. The only thing he can do is give up on Erika and patch up with Ron-Na. If he can do that, Kawai will spare his friends, but if not, he knows what is coming for them. MC starts tearing up because he knows this is his fault. Kawai hurts him from the inside more by telling him repeatedly that it is his fault that his friends are suffering. It is his wrong decision-making that this is happening to them. MC starts tearing up more and more, and we see Kawai grabbing Kota and using him like a puppet to mock MC. Haruya, on the other hand, is not able to move a little bit even. He is very weak at this point, but he cannot take this as the end. This is happening all over again like it did before. We see the past when Haruya got his respect as a strong dude in his friend circle. He was getting praised by his friends when Tsubaki sitting next to them started calling them weaklings. One of the friends got really pissed off, but Haruya got up, chilling the guy out. Tsubaki told them that weaklings always come in groups. They do not dare to come up alone. He told her that it is not bad to have friends though, right? Then he offered her a ticket to snowboarding. She refused to take that ticket and called him a weakling again. This pissed him off now, but that was that. After a little while, they were sitting outside when one of the friends told Haruya that a guy named Kawai was threatening him and others. That means that they had to fight him now. The guy looked pretty afraid of this Kawai dude, but Haruya told him that they would win. They have to fight alongside each other, and they can win this thing pretty easily. But when the time came, Haruya was alone, and all of his friends changed sides and got on Kawai's team. Haruya was hurt and shocked seeing this. He wanted to know why they did this to him, but Kawai responded for them. He told him that he was alone and the friends he thought were his were not. They all were his puppets and were never loyal to him. After all of that, Haruya was sitting alone there when Tsubaki came, seeing him sitting there alone. He told her that she was right about those guys. They were not his friends and they never wanted to be. Only he was the one who was loyal to them. This is what happened before and now this is all coming back to him. Haruya thought that no one was ever meant to be his friend, but then he met MC. MC and his friends were very weak, but there was something different about them. Weak as they were, they never left each other in dire situations, and that was the thing that attracted him to become their friends as well. He saw them taking a stand for each other, and he loved how they always stayed together. That is the thing he always wanted for himself, but was not fortunate enough. And now that he is, there's nothing he can do for them. We see MC tearing up and begging Kohai to spare his friends. Kohai is right now playing with Kota, telling him to take a strike at him. But what he was not expecting is Kota actually did take a strike. He punches Kohai right in the face. It was a decent one considering it is Kota who did it. Seeing this shocks MC and Kohai both. Kohai asks him why he is not scared now, knowing that he is going to suffer the worst fate after what he did. Kota gets up and tells him that he can break all his fingers, but he will never leave his friends like in a pit like this. Kohai praises his bravery, but he is mad. He is now going to burn him alive. He tells him to get ready to take a beating of his life because this is the last time he is going to stand up. Kohai plans on taking 30 finger bones from Kota, but Masaru comes in front of him, saying that Kohai should take his. Well, I would be running as far away as I can hearing that 30 finger bones thing. MC comes telling these two that they have taken a lot of injuries already for him and they should stop it now, but we hear Haruya. He is standing there with a strong stance and tells MC and others to go ahead to the roof. He is going to take on Kohai once again and finish him off. Kohai laughs at this, but Haruya is pretty serious. MC is worried that he might get clobbered again, but Haruya does not care. He wants to be a good friend and help MC with this situation. He looks at Kota's broken finger and breaks his finger as well, saying that they are broken finger bros now. He is happy that he finally has a bunch who are willing to put themselves in danger for others. MC and others leave and Kohai is pretty confident that he can take out Haruya himself. He charges at Haruya, but Haruya lands a punch at his face with the same broken finger hand. Kohai's glasses go flying and Haruya tells him that beneath this goofy and flashy outfit is a pretty serious guy. He knows that Kohai is just a pretender, and he pretends to be in control while he is very much scared of what might come next. Kohai gets up and starts punching Haruya in the gut. There is no stopping Kohai, but Haruya finds the perfect opening and finishes Kohai finally. He is down and we see MC and others heading to the roof. They get stopped by Amano. MC comes forward saying that he should fight him as they are ordered to not hurt him. But Amano tells MC that there is one person in their gang who is eagerly waiting to break these rules and orders given by Doji. They turn to see who it is, and to their surprise, it is Kazuno. She was the last person they expected to see. On the other hand, Kohai tries mocking Haruya once again, saying that MC and others are not his friends but plain to be his friends. Haruya takes out the walkie-talkie and asks MC and others if they can hold their own. They are pretty confident and let Haruya know that his struggle will not go to waste. He is finally happy hearing what true friends sound like. The episode starts and we pick up right where we left off in the previous one. After that tremendous fight between Haruya and Kohai, MC and others were fortunate enough to make it to the stairs of the roof, but they had someone waiting for them. It is Amano, and he is the last huddle to reach the roof and fix everything. Once MC talks to Ranna, everything will be back to normal, and she will not be loose like a rabid dog. Reaching the stairs and coming across Amano, MC, and others knew it was going to be easy dealing with this, but MC told others that he was the one who was going to do the fighting here, because Doji ordered them to not hurt MC intentionally. He does not want to rile up Ranna after she knows that he got hurt, so Doji is smart thinking this. But Amano has a piece of bad news for MC. He tells him that he cannot hurt him, but there is someone willing to break the orders from Doji, saying that. MC turns and sees that it is Kazuno standing there. She is going to be the one who deals with him and teaches him a lesson, but MC knows she is not going to do such a thing. After the fight, Haruya tells MC and others through a walkie-talkie that he was successful in defeating Kohai finally, but he is tapped out. He does not have enough strength to come and lend them a helping hand, so they have to go ahead without him. He needs some rest. This is possibly the first time I have seen someone tap out so they can rest up. I mean, pretty realistic thing, but never seen this in an anime. These imps have unlimited energy sometimes. Haruya just wants to know if MC and others are going to be okay without him. They tell him that they will be okay, and this relieves Haruya. MC knows this is in his hands now that Haruya is not here to back them up. Amano tells MC that he is mistaken if he thinks he can make it to the roof this easily. Masaru tells MC that he is going to make sure that MC gets to the roof as fast as possible. They know that it is the best strategy. They just have to get MC to the roof where he can talk to Ran-na. Ran-na is right now under the influence of Doji, and if anyone can tell her what is what, it is MC. Kota is also ready to help Masaru with this, but MC knows he cannot let these get hurt. He tells them that they have to stay behind and let him move forward. Kazeno is standing behind them, not letting them go a different path, but MC does not even want to now. He wants to just power through Amano and make it to the roof. He gathers his strength and runs toward Amano in full force. Amano is not here to just let him do as he pleases, so he tells them that it is very funny that when you are not supposed to point stuff at someone, that is when you want to point it at someone the most. Saying this, Amano takes out a fire extinguisher from behind him and blows MC and others with it. MC is not that hurt, but Masaru and Kota are on the ground almost passed out. MC screams in agony. He is pretty worried about Masaru and Kota, and whether they are okay or not, the Amano does not want him to focus on that right now. He tells MC that he is forced to praise the connection MC has with those two. They really care for each other, and it is very wholesome to see that. But it is over. Amano knows how to pluck the strings he wants. He tells MC that he knows that MC is worried about Reino as well. Hearing her name strikes fear into MC. Amano continues saying that Reino is such a disappointment, but he never thought she would be this much disappointing. He always thought she would become a good girl and help him, but Amano does not think she is that capable. He helped her with the makeup, with the school, and a lot of stuff. He figured that she had started to be shaped up, but right when he thought she is pretty good, she showed him her true colors and betrayed him. Amano continues saying bad stuff about Reino, and it is pissing off MC. He asks him how the hell can he say that stuff about her. She is Amano's sister, and how the hell can a brother say that kind of stuff about his little sister? MC thinks this would affect Amano, but he does not care. He is just a cold-blooded person trying to use his sisters for his benefit. He tells MC that the fact that Reino is his sister is what tells her that she has to do as her older brother says. But she chose to betray him and turn on him instead. That is not what a sister does to her brother, but Amano is way out of line here. Amano continues saying this stuff about Reino, and MC interrupts him. He tells Amano that pieces are falling in places, and now MC knows why was that the way it is. No clue what is happening here, but we see what just happened. Kazeno takes off her pony, and we see that it was just makeup. It is Reino instead of Kazeno, and the real Kazeno is tied up in the storeroom. Amano understands what just happened and starts laughing. He kind of knew that this was the case, but he decided to ignore it. He cannot fathom just how stupid Reino and Kazeno are, thinking they can easily do this to him. We hear the backstory from Kazeno's mouth. She starts explaining how she, Reino, and Amano are a sumire pair of triplets who look and sound the same. This is the thing that always tells them that they have to stay together and do everything together. Kazeno and Reino were the little ones, and Amano was the older brother, so these two always followed Amano everywhere. They did everything he did, and he always taught these two different things to do. Amano was the one who led this party of three, and they were unbreakable. Many people tried breaking them apart, but that never happened. Kazeno feels like these three were so inseparable that they started doing things the exact same way. Reino would go to school dressed as a boy, and Kazeno would be a girl. Amano was the one who taught them makeup as well, and Reino is pretty confident that this is his teaching turned on him. He could not tell the difference through her makeup, and this was a win for her, you see. Kazeno continued saying that the thing she liked about Amano was that he always opted for them to try different things, which was not the norm. He was always eager to do new things, and they often got in trouble as well. But the thing that made them worry was how Amano began to get in trouble more and more. This is the thing that made them worried a lot, and those were the days Amano told them that they were going to join the Onishima Union. Kazeno did not want to at first, but Amano forced her. Reino told Kazeno that they should just do what their older brother told them to do and follow him everywhere. They followed him everywhere and did everything he did, but he slowly started to make them regret their own decisions. And now the limit is crossed, and they are not going to do what Amano tells them to do. Kazeno wanted to go like this forever, but things do not stay the same forever. That is the time when MC came around. He had an influence on Reino like no one could ever have, and that is when she started changing. Kazeno wanted Reino to stay the same way they ever were, but Reino took a different step. She changed completely because of MC, and Kazeno started hating MC with all of her guts. She wanted him to suffer like never before. Reino changed because of MC, and that is the reason she was going to destroy MC. Doji tied up Rihanna and Erika and put Kazeno in charge of keeping Reino in a safe place. She put Reino in a storeroom, and when she was about to leave, Reino got her attention. She told her how lovely it was those days, the days they used to be with each other and played and fought happily. But that changed, didn't it? Kazeno took this very offensively and started bashing Reino, saying how much she had changed and how much she hurt her. But Reino told Kazeno that the person she was following was the wrong guy. Kazeno shouted at Reino, saying that they were Amana's sister, and it was their duty to follow him and chase him. That is how it should be, and she is going to keep it that way. But Reino put some sense into Kazeno, asking her why she thinks it is that they always chased him around. Kazeno does not have any clear-cut response to this and tells her that it is not for her to say. But Reino opens her eyes, saying that the reason they were always chasing him around was because they wanted him to acknowledge them. He never did that and always thought that his sisters were his playthings. Reino told Kazeno that they have to fight back now, and for that, she is going to need her help. She is going to fight her brother for Kazeno and show her how wrong he is. We see Reino and Amana fighting, throwing kicks and punches at each other, hoping one would lose. Rihanna is holding herself pretty greatly against her big brother, but she has to do a better job at this. Amano has the upper hand because he is older and has more experience. Both of them continue fighting, but Reino clearly starts to lose control over her body. She is weak, and seeing her get a kick to the face shocks Masaru and Kota. They are concerned about Reino, but she is fine. Amano is pissed off at her and tells her that she knows how much he hates this normal crap. Knowing that Reino is going around saying stuff that a normal chick would say, and it boils his blood. Reino claps back, saying that it is who she is. She is a normal girl who likes normal things in life. She wants to go to school and spend a normal school life. She wants to make normal friends with normal things to have fun with. She wants to tell the guy she likes that she likes him. This is who she is. This is Sumire Reino. Hearing this disappoints Amano, but he is ready. He is ready to see what this Sumire Reino can do really. The way siblings are fighting each other for someone else. Ah, the world. She goes ahead and kicks Amano really hard, but he sees it coming a mile away. He does praise her though for her nice kick. He knows what is coming next from Reino, and it is the knee kick. He takes that head on as well, and it has no effect on Amano. He knows every move she has, and the reason is simple. It is he who taught her everything. He knows she is going to use the round hose next and blocks it as well. He kicks her back and sends her flying, telling her that she is just copying him. The reason she is worthless is that she always copied him. She cannot win from him because he knows her exact moves and when she is going to use them. She is at the lower end here, and she should just give up right here. But Reino gets up, telling him that she hit him though. Her kicks and punches are landing on him even though he is blocking them. The thing that matters is that he cannot dodge them. Saying this, Reino kicks him again, and this time, it bewilders Amano, and he almost dodges it. He is shocked seeing that he knows her next move, and still, he cannot easily dodge it. He knows that she is going to use the backspin kick now, and she does exactly that, but it lands on him perfectly. It sends him flying, and the shock on his face is visible. He is fast and knows her every move way ahead, but he cannot dodge them. This makes him question if this is really his kicks and stuff. It is not, as she tells him that these are her kicks. She never chased him because she wanted to be like him. She chased him because she wanted him to acknowledge her. She wanted him to see her, but he never did. She strikes one last time, and Amano is finished. He is on the ground on his knees, accepting his defeat. Seeing that he is down, Reino tells Masaru and Kota to come and go toward the roof behind MC. They follow her lead, but seeing them, Amano tells Reino that the fight is not over. She ignores him completely, making him feel weak. His words are not enough for Reino like before, and this tells Amano that maybe she does not need him anymore. Masaru and Kota go up the stairs past Amano, and Reino goes behind them. Seeing her leave devastates Amano. He does not want her to leave him like this all alone. He wants her to show him how much she loves him and how much she needs her, but that is not the case now. She does not need him anymore and is happy without him. He begs Reino to stop, and she does, telling him that this fight is something. She is confusingly very kind to him now all of a sudden and tells him that this is really the first time they had a sibling quarrel. Hearing this confuses Amano very much because one moment before, they were fighting like they wanted to kill each other. But Reino tells him that killing each other is not something any of them wants. They are Sumire triplets who sound the same and look the same. They may be different from the inside, but they are always looking out for each other, going in the same direction. That is the thing that is going to keep them together forever. Amano is happy to hear this, and now, we turn to NC. He is rushing up the stairs with one thing in mind: he has to save Erika and Ron, not both. He knows how much effort his friends put into this just to make sure he makes it up to the roof in one piece. He is not going to let those efforts go to waste just because of sheer weakness. He cannot fall short now. He remembers every fight his friends have gotten themselves into because of him. He also remembers the time Reino kissed him on the cheek. This makes him blush uncontrollably. But he cannot lose focus now and should just stay attentive ahead. He goes up one more floor, and what he sees terrifies him. There are a lot of unconscious people lying on this floor, and he has no idea who did this. He is frightened just by thinking about the possibilities and plans on moving up a floor very quietly. He is about to go a little further when he is pulled into a room. We see a door opening and a hand coming out, pulling MC inside. Inside the room, we see a lot of torture devices and machines. This is something he cannot even imagine in a school like this. He turns to see Yui sitting on a chair saying some weird stuff. She says that love is something that easily falls apart. Why does that happen? Maybe it is because love, as effervescent as ever, is only visible only when it is shattered. This is her love letter to MC, and seeing her, MC is scared as hell. This is the exact opposite of what MC needs right now. He cannot handle this girl, as it is because she is the #1 fighter among the ones they deal with. MC cannot handle her alone, that much is clear. He needs to think of something right here, right now, before she does something to him. MC stands up and tells Yui that he has to do to the roof right now, and she should get out of the way. He knows she is not going to strike him because of the orders to not hurt MC. She especially is never going to do that because she is hugely attracted to him. He tells her that he cannot deal with her right now because he does not have time, so he should get going. Saying this, MC is about to leave when Yui hits him with a whip right across his face. He falls to the ground in pain. His face hurts like hell, and he is more confused than in pain, seeing how she did exactly the opposite of what he was expecting. She knows he thought she is never going to hit him, but she tells him that she could not care less for the orders. She is going to hurt him like hell because hitting and taming strong boys is the thing she loves. She comes closer to MC and grabs his arm, telling him that she has been on the lookout for the strongest guy around the school, but she never found him until now. She knows MC is the epitome of an alpha male who she can play with for fun. If he thinks she is not going to hurt him, he is very wrong. Yui gets up and turns away from MC. She starts to take off her jacket, and slowly, she strips off all of her clothes. MC freaks out, seeing how she is almost completely naked now. He has no idea what this has to do with the fight, but he does not like this. Yui tells MC again that she likes playing with strong men and seeing how much they can endure. That is exactly what she is going to do with MC. Saying this, Yui starts hitting him repeatedly with the whip, and MC screams in pain. We can only see how much he is getting hit, but the pain is unimaginable. He is almost passed out, but after a lot of hitting, she stops and puts his face between his chest to please him. She starts acting as if she cares for him, and with him like this, she puts on a blindfold on him. MC cannot take off this blindfold easily, and suddenly, he hears what sounds like fire. We see that it is Yui putting fire on the whip to make things more exciting. She is now ready for a second round, but MC is not. He knows this is going to be the end for him, so he starts punching everywhere, seeing if he gets Yui. But seeing him punch uncontrollably like this scares Yui now. She knows MC is not going to be easy to tame, as he is the strongest person she could wish to find. Her heart is pumping like crazy, she is sure of that. This means that this is turning her on quite well, and the thing she wanted from this is exactly what she is getting. She does not see MC as a little kid, but a hard, strong, huge fella. The way he defended himself scares her, and she has to be careful going ahead. The thing that drives her to this is seeing a strong man like MC and punishing her. Because punishing an invincible man like MC is the most pleasurable thing for her. She knows it is not going to be easy. He can even kill her, she knows that much looking at him. MC, on the other hand, knows that Yui is the kind of girl who loves strong men, and maybe this is what is at play here. She thinks of MC as a strong man and the spell cast on her is making her feel this way. He has to take advantage of this while he can. MC tries taking off the blindfold, but Yui is not going to let him take it off easily. She runs to stop him, but he does it in time and scares her back. This confirms MC that she is pretty scared of him. He just has to use this thing pretty wisely. He knows that he has to play her, and that way he can get out of this. With a deep voice, MC tells Yui to back off because fighting him can kill her. This scares her pretty good, and she knows that MC is finally showing his true colors. He continues scaring her by telling her that her friends Hando, Kohai, and Amano were pretty easy for him to handle. He took a total of 3 minutes, a minute each for them, but Yui sends one back telling him that she could have done that in a minute total. MC avoids this, saying that he meant to say 30 seconds. But MC is pissing his pants hearing how easy it is for her. No wonder she is the #1 fighter in the Onishima Union. Anyways, he tells her that considering how smart she is, she probably knows how big the gap is between them right now. She should not fight him and just make way for him to go out of this room. Yui tries this and whips him one time to see his reaction. MC did not see this coming and is pretty shocked but eats it, pretending it was nothing for him. He says that he can take those for as long as she wants because this is going to be pretty easy. Yui has no end to her excitement because seeing a strong man like MC is turning her on hugely. She cannot wait to fight him. She tells him that the stronger the guy is, the hotter she gets. This is once again the opposite of what MC wants right now. Yui charges and strikes MC. He goes flying, but seeing her suffer like this turns her on even more. MC is such a dreamboat for her, and the way he looks beat up is the exact thing that grinds her gears. She continues beating him to a pulp, and there is no way MC can do anything to stop her. But she slowly gets out of control, and there is a can on the ground that she slips on. Where did the window come from? Wasn't this a closed room? This trips her, and she goes out of the open window accidentally. She is about to fall when MC grabs her and pulls her inside. She is saved by MC, and she cannot believe this. MC looks again huge and strong to her, and she is in his arms, looking at him. The way she punished MC and beat him to mincemeat, and even after that, he saved her. This is something Yui cannot believe, and her heart starts pumping more and more tightly. She asks him why he saved her, but MC thinks this is a stupid question. He knew she was about to fall out of the window. There was nothing else to do than to save her, and that is what he did. He puts her down, and his heart gets even more tight. MC seems bigger and bigger to him, to the point she passes out because of the sheer excitement. MC tries to see if she is alive, but he cannot do that. He has to get to the roof right now. He does that exactly and runs to the roof. Reaching the roof, he sees Ran-Na beating up Erika badly, and Doji stands and watches as this brutality is occurring. He is the one who put her onto this, so he is pretty happy. Seeing MC confused Doji because he was sure that he would never make it here. He knew that Sayuri and Haruya would have helped him get past some point, but there is no way he could have managed to get out of Yui and Amano. They were the best people of Onishima Union, but somehow MC is here. He starts telling MC that he has to take a good look at just how happy Ran-Na is. This is her true color and the way she was meant to be. He tells MC that he cannot do anything to stop her now. MC runs toward her, but Doji stops him, pinning him to the ground. He tells MC that there is something he does that these people follow everything he says. There is a little bit of brain put into this, and this is the reason he is at the top of the union. He knows how to provide these crumbled people with what they'd want. Like Hando, he wanted to be put in the right direction, and Doji gave him that. Aoi wanted the thrills, and he got them from Doji. Kohai wanted victory, and Doji gave him that. Yui wanted strong men, and he provided that as well. And in the case of Ran-Na, she wanted violence, and that is exactly what she is getting. She is happy with this, and this is how it should be. Doji now thinks of what to do. He can take MC elsewhere and deal with him there, or he can do something else. We cut to Ran-Na and Erika fighting, where Erika is losing clearly. A final punch is required to end this fight, and Ran-Na is about to land that when MC comes in front of Erika. Ran-Na, shocked to the core, stops fighting and asks MC what the hell is he doing here. Erika could ask the same question, by the way. He tells Ran-Na that he is very late and he should have come here a little earlier, but he wanted to tell Ran-Na one thing. You should not hurt your friends ever. No matter what the circumstances are, you should never hurt your friends, and with this, MC tells Ran-Na that Erika is her friend. Ran-Na is pretty confused hearing these things coming out of the blue, but she knows what MC is saying is true. We see Doji standing seeing these two talk. He let MC go for some reason that we do not know yet, but we cut to Ron-na and MC. Ron-na tells MC that she understands exactly what he is saying. She sits in front of MC like him and tells him to hold out his hand. He does it and holds it out to Ron-na. Ron-na takes out a red pony and hands it to MC, telling him that this is where we say goodbye. The episode picks up right where we left off in the last one. Even Doji and others were not expecting this, so it is going to be very exciting to see what happens here. MC asks her what the hell she means by this is their goodbye. He does not want Ron-na to go away from her, but Ron-na stops him. She explains that MC is the one who came here to tell her that Erica is her friend, but that is not true. She never considered Erica her friend because she knew she would not be able to stay true to that relationship. She does not want to be anyone's friend because she cannot be a good friend to anyone. She wants MC to be as far away from her as possible, and if that is not possible, she is willing to get herself away from him. But this does not resonate with MC as he does not want to stop being Ron-na's friend. She tells him that she does not want to be anyone's friend except MC. MC is the only guy with whom she feels comfortable. He is the only one who does not mind her being the way she is naturally. She adds that she never really understood what made MC so happy in the school. He is all around the place with everyone literally, and every time he is with someone, he is having fun. He is enjoying himself with them, and they are happy that MC is here with them. It does not matter if it is school or someplace else. MC is always happy and keeping people sane by making them giggle. What he does is unparalleled really, and she never really got to understand why it is the way it is. This does make Ron-na very happy seeing him happy, but she never really got to know why. But one thing that Ron-na knows is that she is very happy only the time she is beating people up. She never really found any peace or happiness elsewhere but fighting. She loves when she makes mincemeat out of someone with her bare hands, and that is the only time she is alive. This is the real reason why she wants to be as far away as possible from MC, because she does not want to bother him with her norms. She wants to be as bad as possible without MC judging her, and the only way she can do that is by leaving him. This way he can be happy and safe as well, while Ron-na is too. But MC tries telling Ron-na that she is a good person too. She is just being very hard on herself. Ron-na does not agree with MC here as she knows what kind of person she truly is. She is just a violent being machine ready to be used on people. But there is one thing MC notices here. He notices that she is telling him all of this with a smile, but whenever she says the thing about leaving MC, she gets a frown on her face. She gets sad all of a sudden, and that tells him that she is not entirely happy with this decision. MC confronts her by saying that she looks so sad. Why is that? Ron-na did not notice that sad face on her, and she just kept saying what she thought was right. She tries avoiding this, but the truth comes out finally. MC knows why is this happening, and what is it that is making her very sad. It is the thing about leaving MC, and that only. Ron-na tells MC that she does not understand this, but for some reason, the more she is violent, the more she is a bad person towards someone, and the more she loves MC. Saying this, she starts tearing up uncontrollably, and she does not even notice it. She tells MC that she loves him very much. We see MC and his tears dripping from his eyes as well. He knows why is this happening. It is not because he has power over someone or something. It is just because of that dance spell that has been cast on these people, including Ron-na. Ron-na, on the other hand, notices that she is crying all of a sudden, which is not normal. MC tells her after a lot of thinking that he is going to get stronger just for her sake. He is going to train his mind and body to be stronger and much tougher than before so Ron-na can be with him as well. He wants to get stronger so Ron-na can be as bad as she wants without hurting him. He wants to join her as well so they can be as bad as they both want together. What MC really wants is to win this war with the spell. He is not in any chance going to let this spell win this thing from him. He is going to fight till the end, but Ron-na saddens him more. She does not want MC to change himself because he is perfect the way he is now. She just wants MC to be happy on his own in the school without her. Saying this, she gets up and turns around, ready to get out of here. MC begs her not to go, but she is not going to stay here any longer. This is hurting her as well like hell, and she cannot keep taking it. She goes to Doji and Doji tells Ron-na that he is going to keep his promise by making sure that MC has a peaceful time at the school from now on. MC cannot watch her go away like this after everything he has done for her. Erica, on the other hand, tells MC that he cannot let Ron Na go away like this. She showed her true colors just because of his strength and not because of something else. Doji and Ron Na are about to leave through an open portal. Doji says to Ron Na that they should now just head back to the place they are made for, the place filled with people like themselves. As they are about to go into the portal, MC grabs Doji by the hand, telling him that he promised to make Ron Na happy and he is not going to break that promise. He is not going to take her anywhere, not on his watch. He tells Doji that if he really wants to take her to the place he wants, he first has to get through him and prove that he is worthy of her. He would have to beat him in a one-on-one fight, and only then he can take her away. Hearing this shocks everyone, especially Ron Na. She was expecting this the least from MC, but here we are. Doji does not take him seriously and asks him if he really wants to do this. But it kind of makes sense to Doji that if MC is able to beat him, there is no way Ron Na would have to worry about MC anymore. It makes perfect sense for him to challenge Doji like this, but this is a clear win for him. The premise was so outlandish that it never really occurred to him that this would be the case. He looks at MC with these evil eyes ready to swallow him whole, but Ron Na stops him. She gives him the eyes, telling him to keep himself away from MC. He knows he was just joking, but MC really shocks them both, saying that he was serious. He is really serious when he says that Doji has to get through to him to get Ron Na. He does not want Ron Na to interfere though, because he has made up his mind. He wants to be as strong as possible, and he cannot do that if he does not subject himself to fights like this. Doji understands and tells MC that he would be willing to fight him if Ron Na does not mind. He got himself a fight if Ron Na kept herself away and did not interfere. The fight is about to begin, and this is not going to be an easy one because of the stakes. The fight starts and MC charges at Doji with everything he has, but gets punched hard in the gut. He has his soul struck out of him for a second there, but he is fine for now. What MC was thinking to get out of this is really not clear, but what is going to happen is really clear. MC is going to struggle very much from this fight, and with every hit he takes, Ron Na is going to get a feeling of guilt that is just going to make her more determined to be away from MC. MC was thinking of proving something else, but he is not in a luck stream right now. He gets himself pounded by Doji, and not a single strike has landed by MC on Doji. He gets punched again, and it gets MC thinking that he can never win this fight. He hates fighting and has never liked the idea of getting hurt. The thing is, he also does not like the idea of hurting others, so this is not a thing he can do really. He has to do something about it or think of something to do about this situation. He knows he is not the kind of guy who fights and is really strong, but one thing is clear to him more than ever now, that he hates Doji. He hates this guy's guts and would be willing to do everything in his might to win this fight. With this in mind, he screams at the top of his lungs that he hates Doji and finally punches him back. This was out of the blue for everyone, seeing MC punch someone. He never does it, so this is really a rarity seen just now. Even Doji is surprised by this. MC tells him that he hates the fact that Ron Na is like this, but what he hates even more than that is how Doji pushes her to be the worst version of her. She gets even more violent when he is around, and he would never let him do this again. He tries punching him again, knowing that this is the last time he is going to get a hit on him again, but Doji dodges his punch, delivering one back right in the stomach. With MC on the ground, he tells MC that he is the most persistent guy he has ever seen. He does not really dislike him, but he does not like him either. But MC was not ready to hear this because he thought that he and Doji were friends. Doji gives him the hard pill, telling him that he does not have any friends. That is the kind of guy he is and was before. He never made any friends, just some people he could potentially use. This hurts like hell, more than the punches, but MC has to endure this. He curses Doji and gets up to strike him but gets hit himself. Ron Na is watching this, and she grows more and more angrier with every hit MC takes. Doji says it again, that he has never seen a more persistent guy than MC ever. MC charges to hit again, but this time, he gets thrown to the ground easily. Doji wants to get out of here, seeing as this fight is over now, but MC is not. He tells him that he is going to win this no matter what. Saying this, MC gets up and is ready to take him on again. This time though, MC has to use some other trick and runs to bite him on his arm. He thought it was going to be enough, but Doji laughs. He tells him that he can an animal as much as he wants, but he can never win this. He takes his arm and starts pulling it backwards slowly with the growing pain. He does this to provoke Ron Na, so she gets angry and comes save MC, which will deem this fight over, ultimately him winning. Ron cannot control herself now, but MC wants her to stay where she is and does not interfere. This is it for Ron. She gets to doji to save MC and lands a punch, throwing him away. MC falls to the ground as well, thinking Ron ruined it, but it was not her. It is Reino, and she is here with Masaru and Kyota to back up MC. Seeing her pisses off Doji because he now knows that Kazino and Reino both betrayed him. He tells Reino that she is going to regret her decision to betray him. Reino is not remotely scared of Doji and tells him that he is fighting her now. MC tells Reino that he does not want her to fight Doji for him because he wants to win this fight himself. That was the whole reason for this fight to begin with, so he is not going to give up now. Reino tells him that he should not fight him because he cannot take him, but Doji tells Reino that she should listen to MC as this is his fight, not her. Suddenly, Sayuri comes up the stairs with Haruya passed out on her shoulders. She sees Ron and tells Haruya to wake up as they have found Ron. Azami and Tsubaki also show up now that everyone is dealt with. All of them are here together, and they are here to fight for MC. MC tells them that they should leave this fight to him, but Masaru makes a good point. He tells him that he wants to fight with his own strength, right? He is the one who stood his ground when fighting Haruya. He is the one who took notes for Sayuri. He is the one who helped Azami get past her trauma. He has done all of that, and now it is their time to fight back. All of them are ready to fight with his strength for him because they are his strength. This really touches MC, and seeing this pisses off Doji. Everyone is ready to take him on, and seeing that he is alone, he tells them that his reinforcers are defeated. They are not coming to back him up, but that does not matter as he can take each and every one of them himself. He wants them to come at him, and they begin. Reino charges at him, but gets tossed away. Masaru and Kota as well, and they are dealt with pretty effortlessly. Sayuri strikes, but she gets thrown away only to be saved by Azami. Haruya gets taken down easily as well. All of them are easily dealt with, and this leaves Doji even more confident. He tells MC that his friends are not enough to beat him. He is going to be the new Onishima Union with him and Ron together. MC wonders why the hell he wants Ron when he himself is so strong. He tells him that she is very strong, and his main goal is to gather the strongest people he can find anywhere. This does not make sense to MC and others, so they are really curious as to why is this. He tells them that he got bullied a lot in school. He used to hide in the bathroom because everyone was so strong and better than him. But one day, he made a friend who was even stronger than those bullies. He used to beat them up for him, but the thing that Doji did not see coming was that that friend became a bully instead. He used to get money from Doji whenever he wanted, and it just meant that Doji's bullies were changed. But then he joined the Onishima Union and became friends with even stronger people. They used to literally terrorize the whole city, and slowly, Doji realized that what got himself in was way worse than where he started. Because of that, he made another Onishima Union that was stronger than the old one and gathered people who were very strong. He found Hando, Kohi, Yui, and others as well. He knew what they wanted to make themselves happy, and Doji knew how to give it to them. But one thing toyed with Doji, and it was that he had no clue about what he wanted. He gathered the best Onishima Union there ever was, and it was doing best. But one day, Doji felt that it was still lacking something or someone, and that was the time when Reino got a call from Amano, telling her that Aoi's gang was broken just now by a blonde girl with a wooden sword. A guy named Rokudo managed it, and she did this. That was the moment that it clicked to Doji. He wanted Ron. He needed her to make himself invincible almost, and now he was going to do anything to get her. He tells MC that he wanted to get her no matter how hard it was going to be, but he did. If he wants to call it romance, it was love at first sight. He mocks MC, saying that he is never going to make Ron happy because she does not want to be with him. She is a killing machine and a person who loves fighting. Saying this, he grabs MC and tells him that he is never going to let him take Ron from him. But MC puts some sense into him, saying that Ron is not all a killing machine. She has a soft side which he has not seen till now, but Doji does not agree with him. MC explains what happened the first time with Erika and others because she knows that she is Erika's friend. But Doji does not understand this as she just finished beating her up. MC points out one thing that Doji does not see: Ron did not use her wooden sword to fight Erika. She used her bare hands and nothing else. This tells him that she still has a soft spot for Erika, even though she might not realize it herself. It may be small, but it is there. Doji wants him to shut up right now, but MC does not, and with this, he throws him to the ground. Masaru clings to Doji to stop him but gets punched hard in the face. He gets up again to try and stop Doji, but it does not work. Doji wants to know who is next. Kota and others charge him as well and get taken down one by one. Reino and Haruya try hitting him together, but it fails miserably. On the other hand, Erika gets on her feet and goes to Ran-Na, who is in complete confusion hearing what MC just said. She asks him why was she drawn to MC in the first place. She wants to know because it is going to clear up a lot of things for her. Ran-Na still remembers the first time she met MC though. Erika tells her that she might be drawn to MC, and she can understand that, but one thing that Ran-Na has to understand is that he is the opposite of her. He hates fighting while Ran-Na loves it, and still, he is fighting just for her sake. We see Doji taking on them one by one, but no matter how hard they fall, they still get up to fight him. This slowly overwhelms him, and he cannot fathom what is making them keep on going like this. He is a little bit scared now and is backing off. Seeing them, Erika takes this chance to explain to Ran-Na that all of them are so inspired and motivated that they are able to get up even after getting clobbered badly. This inspiration is provided by only one person, and that is MC. Erika is trying to tell Ran-Na that there is still some hope for her to change, and if anyone can make her the way she wants her to be, it is MC. We see Doji looking at MC as he is running towards him with all of his friends, remembering what he used to say about him. He used to say that MC is not strong at all, and not intimidating at all, even a little. He used to wonder who is it who fears this guy, but now it is obvious to him that it is him. He fears MC a lot and is really scared right now. On the other hand, Erika says one last thing to Ran-Na. It is that MC has fostered some kind of kindness in her as well. All she has to do is look deep into her soul. We see Doji about to get clobbered by MC and others when Ran-Na comes in front of Doji to save him. But we see that it was not to save Doji. Doji tells Ran-Na that she is doing a wonderful job. She should protect him at all costs, but Ran-Na does not care about him even a little. She goes to MC and holds his hand, saying that she has a hard time believing that there is some kindness in her, as he says. She knows that she cannot stop with the violence, but she wants to give it a try with him. She begs MC not to accept her back with him. Hearing this makes MC shocked and happy at the same time. Others cheer up in joy seeing that MC did it finally. Ran-Na is happy being with MC, and Doji on the other hand loathes himself for letting the only thing that was going to make him happy get taken from him. Amano, Hando, and Kowai make it to the roof and see that Doji lost. Seeing them, Doji is pissed and scolds them for doing a poor job. He blames them for making this happen to him because they lost a simple fight. He acts like a dick and tells them to get the hell away from his sight, but they do not. They tell him that even though he has been an asshole to them, they are still not leaving the Onishima Union. He is still running the show, and hearing this makes him very happy. He gets up and leaves with them, saying that they failed this time and should just leave. MC watches them leave without causing any more trouble for him. He is happy that Ran-Na is here with him, and she is never going to leave them again. Haruya notices that Ran-Na does not care for anyone besides MC. She does not even remember their names. Now that that is taken care of, Kazeno and Reino have joined another school, and they are studying there earnestly. Yui is out of the picture, and no one knows where she is. Doji has made another Onishima Union now and is doing the same thing again. And MC and others are happy to be attending the festival now. They are performing a skit where Ran-Na is about to say her lines. It is also the end to the skit, but she for some reason does not say her lines. They think that she forgot her lines, but she is contemplating just how fortunate she is to have these friends with her. She says thank you to MC by calling his real name instead of the stage name. She says everyone's names, which shocks them. The skit ends and they are happier than ever. They are happy that they are going to enjoy their dream school life together.